The hour was late, the High Council tired and hungry as I pushed forward with my agenda. I would not be a popular regent tonight with the families of my council members who would arrive home late. But Recitive, my city, was foundering, and few seemed to have taken note of it. They would have to bear with me. I prepared to call a vote on the motion to double the standing guard at the Southern Library at Qumramse, when two of my council members, quite late now, burst into the council chamber. It was Van Steward, my general, and my right arm artisan of the Order of Shason. A single look from Van Steward, and I adjourned the meeting until the following day. When the room was empty, save us three, my general besought me to name his own child the next to be carried into the scar and placed within the dead tree there as a ward of the exile Grant, who lived and served his sentence within that desolate land. I did not immediately speak. There were several revelations in his request. After several moments of silence, Van Steward spoke again, telling me of the tainted repast that had claimed the lives of so many Recitive children, of his own secret child hidden there, and of Artisan's revival of the girl before the poison could undo her. I didn't need to ask why my general had kept his bastard child hidden, or why even now he did not seek to raise the child himself. Some of these answers were obvious to me, and what my friend chose not to say, I would respect. I granted his request and sent them on their way. I now had preparations of my own to make. From my bedchambers, I retrieved riding gear, a warm cloak, and a private ledger. I called for the four most trusted of my elite Emeric Guard, and left that very night for those same scarred lands to which my friend would be carrying his child. Days later, with my guardians close but well behind me and hidden, I sat alone, feeling the chill of the pre-dawn air, and taking in the long vistas of that barren place. I did not fear being detected, hunkered down as I was in a Raythian cloak that camouflaged me well. And as I waited for the exchange at this tree, this forgotten cradle, standing dead and proud against the end of night, I opened my ledger and read from the beginning. A record of how this place had come to be, this waste, resulting from unholy hands drawing the spirit and energy of the land itself to fuel their dark rendering of the will. A record of the descent of this man, Grant, claiming exemption from the governess of Recitive and its regent. A record of his sentence to live here in exile, bound to return to this spot every full turn of the moon and take up a child, find it a home if he could, or barring that, raise it himself, in penance for his awful crime. Then, slowly, deliberately, I read the name of each child I had sent here. There are many tasks and responsibilities associated with my office, and I tend them all with the same zeal. This task, though, was of my own making, and one to which I lent a special earnestness, because of my own barren womb. Because of choices I would not let myself fully remember, because through the anguish that surrounded the condition of a foundling, I thought perhaps there existed some inspiration, some providence in my exile of this man and his role in warding these children. So I watched as my general arrived with a contingent of his highest guard, and surprisingly, a woman from the League of Civility. Not natural bedfellows, these two. I watched as my general, my friend, dismounted and carried the babe to the forgotten cradle and softly spoke to it, kissed it, and hid it safely in the hollow of the tree. Then to the ledger I added the child's name, a name I procured quite easily before leaving my city. And in the cool pre-dawn air, the ink dried, and I smiled over the newest inclusion on the page. For some reason I couldn't quite place, I felt a hope I hadn't known in a very long time.